Hi, Caitlin Kolhazi, Victory Press. How's your French? And what are you most looking forward to playing in Montreal?
Yeah. I took honestly a little bit of French in high school, so gonna have to resurface that. But super excited to learn and be immersed in that culture, and super excited to get going in Montreal. The fans have been amazing, and the atmosphere looks great there, and just their organization. So I'm really excited.
Hi, Cayla. C. Benwell from GameDay Hockey. You've played against Erin Ambrose, obviously, on the international stage. So I'm just wondering what it's going to be like to join forces with her in Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, she's an amazing hockey player and has so much experience and, like I said, a wealth of knowledge. So just excited to get things going with her and be, on the same ice and pick her brain in a ton of different situations. So super excited for that.
We're here at Jay Turnbull from CBC. Welcome to Montreal whenever you get there. I just want to know what you know about the city and what your impressions are of Montreal.
Yeah, I've been to Montreal a couple times. I've heard nothing but amazing things. It's a beautiful city, and I'm really excited to explore it more.
And before the draft, were you looking around at different teams saying sort of, okay, this team might be looking for a defenseman, this one might be looking for a forward, and see kind of maybe where you'd fit best?
Honestly, I just went in with an open mind. If you think too much about it, it gets in your head a lot. And I just tried to enjoy the moment with my family and kind of soak it all in and be as relaxed as I could.
I was kind of wondering if you can tell the fans what kind of player they're getting in Cayla Barnes.
Yeah, as a player, I am defensive, but with a bit of spice offensively. So look to see me jump up in the play and get involved offensively. I love to play 200-foot games, so expect me in both ends and bringing a little bit of flair to the back end.
Okay.
Caitlin, what did you learn in this last year in that transfer year? I mean, you obviously went with the goal of winning the championship, but besides that, like, how did you grow as a player?
Yeah, I think transferring to Ohio State pushed me in ways I couldn't even imagine, pushed me outside my comfort zone. The coaches there and the staff, they really believed in me and gave me the resources and tools to really push the pace in my game. And I think that showed on the ice. It translated. I took more chances, had more opportunities, and I think I really grew as a player this year because of it.
I'm just wondering as well who you're looking forward to seeing in that dressing room. I mean, Montreal has a few pretty great players there. Who are you looking forward most to meeting?
Yeah, I mean, obviously answer Poulin. So excited to be able to play with her, one of the best players in the world. So obviously have a ton of other amazing players there. So excited to get to know all of them and start the season.
Want to switch to French questions now?
I'll
We switch to French questions now?
do my best.
Speak a bit of French?
Yeah. Not great, but I probably wouldn't understand. I'm a little out of touch with it.
You studied French in school?
In high school, yeah. But for me, that was a bit ago. Did a few extra years around the sun in college.
You might have a crash course here in a few weeks then.
Yeah, sounds great. I'll take all the lessons I can get.
We do have some online questions from folks in Montreal, Cayla, beginning with a question from Jared Book. What were your discussions like with Montreal prior to the draft? And is there anything you were looking forward to doing when you get there?
Honestly, didn't have too many discussions before the draft. So that was interesting, but I'm really looking forward to just being able to explore the city. Like I said, I've been there a couple times, and it's an amazing city. It's beautiful, and I'm really excited for the culture there, and to experience something new. I have never lived in Canada or done anything like that, so I'm really excited for it.
Question from Catherine Harvey Pinard. Did you watch some games of Montreal during the season? And if so, what did you think of what you saw and how you think you can help the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched some games and, I think they're great. They have, a good core group and a solid foundation going. And I think just using my skills and what, I bring to the table already is going to, help just elevate what they already have, which is already a great foundation. So, looking forward to getting to, know the players and train with them and, have a great season.
Any further questions? Don't see any more online, so congratulations, Cayla, and thank you.
Thank you. Merci.
Questions, just please tell us how it feels to be drafted.
It's a huge honor to have your name called out there. Obviously, you don't know when it's coming, but the moment it does, your entire world just lights up. So super excited to get to play into the PWHL and to just play alongside such amazing players in Montreal.
Questions for Jennifer?
Yeah, hi, Jade Hermer with CBC. I saw a little reaction there when you saw one of your new teammates.
Yeah.
Is Cayla Barnes, seems like you know her pretty well.
Yeah, very excited to get to play alongside Barnes. Obviously, over the past year, she's become one of my best friends, and I spent the day getting ready together for the draft. And any Buckeye, I'm just really excited to play with. So it's going to be super fun and awesome to have a piece of home with me.
I'm wondering if you watched much of the league's action this year, and then particularly Montreal. How do you think you'll fit in with that team?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, Montreal, I think the fan base in the city and just the city itself is so hockey. So I'm really excited for everything that's going to come with that. And obviously just to get to play alongside the players that are on that roster is an incredible honor. And I'm really excited.
It was a team that in the playoffs struggled to score. If you watch the playoffs, I mean, it couldn't get one by the Boston goalkeeper. Do you think, looking at the teams that maybe needed some scoring, that's the team you perhaps fit best with?
Yeah, I think I'm super excited to bring a scoring touch to the team and obviously do what I can to contribute in any ways possible. But obviously, it's going to be a grind and it's going to be a big step up from college. But I'm really excited and prepared for it, and just excited to get to training camp and bring my best.
You already blitzed by the team to do a message in French from social media. So how was the French?
Bonjour. I'm really going to try my best. I'm going to try to learn. Obviously, I have a lot of friends from Montreal and have been into the city before. So definitely going to try my best to learn being in Montreal now, but I'm really excited and yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Hi, C. Benoit from GameDay Hockey. Congratulations. I know that you are familiar with some of the teammates there. We won't say them by name, from Team Canada. And just, is that familiarity going to help you? I mean, there are a couple of big, I'll just go ahead and say Pula and Stacy, Ambrose. How much are you looking forward to playing with those players?
Yeah, obviously it's been an honor to get to know them over the process of being with the national team. And so getting to play alongside them is just incredible. And to watch them on TV in the PWHL every single night is awesome in itself. But to just be a part of their team it's going to be really exciting. And obviously I just want to contribute in any way that I can on the ice and off the ice as well, and get Montreal a championship.
Similar to that question, Jennifer, just if you can elaborate, it's not only players, it's also coaches, Team Canada, just that opportunity to learn from players, from mentors of that influence.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to get to play under Corey Chevry, obviously somebody that I've worked with over a couple of years now. She was my U18 assistant coach. So I've known Corey for quite a while and we have a really good relationship, and I'm excited to get to play under her full time and alongside all those national team players.
Another question online from Jared Brooks. He asks, he'll ask you to remember the Kingston Team Canada camp you played with Kristen O'Neill. What was it like to play with her, and would you like to have that chance to do it so again in Montreal?
Absolutely. I mean, Kristen O'Neill is a phenomenal player, and just getting to watch her in the league, I mean, she brings that 200-foot game out there. So I think it would be incredible to get to play alongside her, somebody that I have played alongside against in some games like that. So just any role that I can fit into, I'd be really excited for.
Just give a moment to throw.
Am I supposed to say?
No, just. Abby, just tell us what it means to be drafted by Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this new adventure in my life here. Obviously, I love my time in Minnesota, but on to the next adventure. So I'm just super grateful for the organization here.
Take questions for Abby. Please raise your hand. We'll also compile questions in the chat. Please type them into the box, please.
I mean, Abby, can you just take us through this unique situation for you? Obviously, you played 14 games for Minnesota last year. You would have known that you had to declare for the draft and that this was an option. Just how unique of a situation is this to go from one team to then being drafted in year two to a different one?
Yeah, definitely unique. Someone told me that's like the first ever to ever happen. So kind of laugh about it, but honestly, I'm just super honored and excited for this experience. And playing last season, I think I know what it takes to compete in this league. So I think it'll really help me going forward here in Montreal.
And what do you think that you'll be able to bring to Montreal's lineup?
I feel like I'm a very physical player, 200-foot player, quick, and love to get to the open ice and just drive the net and score some gritty goals.
Just question the rink lab. First of all, how much of an adjustment was the kind of the more physical nature of the PWHL this year, and are you looking forward to that? Kind of continuing that kind of play.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it honestly. In college, I feel like I was a pretty physical player. Obviously, this league is a step up from that, so you have to adjust and learn. But yeah, I think using my size to my advantage is something that I can do here.
And were any of your 14 games in Montreal, and how much French do you speak?
None of my games are in Montreal, so I'm super excited to explore the city and what all it has to offer. And I do not speak any French, so I'm sorry about that.
Jeanette Center, Twin Cities pages. So yeah, obviously we got to see you play in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
What are you most looking forward to in Montreal?
Honestly, just building new friendships along the way and just getting started. And it's a new opportunity for me to keep playing the game that I love. And I'm super grateful that they took a chance on me here. So I'm just going to keep working hard and being determined to be the best player I can.
Thanks. Obviously, one of the stars on Montreal is Marie-Philippe Poulin, and we saw last year Montreal use a lot of different players up on that top line. You would have spent time playing with Taylor Heisey as the number one center in Minnesota. Do you feel like your style of play could complement somebody like MP?
I've never thought about that, and it's crazy to think about that I'm going to be teammates with her. Honestly, she's an amazing player. So honestly, I was more starstruck to meet her on stage than anything. So I guess when we get to Montreal, we can figure that out. But that would be amazing.
You never thought as an American you'd be playing with like Captain Cayla?
No, I didn't, but I love it.
We've talked in the past about your academic career and your pursuit of a pharmacy degree. Where do you stand that way, and what's the plan going forward now that you've got an opportunity outside Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this my whole time in pharmacy school. I have great professors and support staff there that's going to support me. So we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, we have some questions from folks in Montreal. We'll begin with Pat LePrade of TVA Sport, and asks, did you have any discussions with Montreal prior to the draft, or was this something you were expecting?
My agent briefly said something today, but other than that, I have had no discussions with Montreal. So it was a bit of a surprise, but I'm super excited.
Question from Jared Book. How much does playing in the league last year prepare you for your summer workouts and going into next season?
Yeah, like I've been saying, I think I know what it takes, and I'm determined to be even better than last year. I have a lot to improve on. So yeah, I'm just dedicated to, my hard work ethic, and I think I'm a very gritty player. So I'm going to continue to do that in the offseason.
Moulin Richard of Le Journal de Montréal asks, you looked emotional on the podium. Are you sad to leave Minnesota?
It's bittersweet for me. It's hard to leave a program that you gave your heart and soul for, but I'm really excited for this opportunity.
Just gonna wait to see if there's any more questions for Abby. Abby, see no more questions, but congratulations and welcome.
Thank you guys so much. Beautiful.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, it was a pretty surreal feeling. I was just with a bunch of my family at home here. So super excited to head out to Montreal in the fall and get things started there.
If you can elaborate a little bit for us, just to what your night and your draft experience was like, and if you were watching it online, and the emotions and maybe the angst in waiting for your name to be called. Just take us through from start to finish.
Yeah, for sure. I just had a bunch of my family over. A lot of my family lives around Lethbridge here, so had them come in. A couple friends I grew up with. I was a little bit surprised, I guess. I wasn't expecting to go till a little bit later in the draft, so that was a super exciting feeling. I think everyone was a little surprised, but just a lot of happiness and joy, and a really awesome feeling, and to be around all my loved ones was something I'll never forget.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself as a player, some of the skills and attributes that you pride your game on.
Yeah, for sure. I think I pride my game on being a hard player to play against. I like to play a pretty gritty and tough game. Definitely try to bring a physical side to that, which in college would usually end me in the penalty box. So I'm excited for the PWHL to play a little bit more physical, as I've obviously been watching the games, and that's a big part of the game as well. I think that's kind of how I like to play. I think I have a bit of a skill side as well that could help me move up the lineup, but yeah.
And was there any part of your season this year in Colgate where maybe you saw your game kind of take to the next level?
Yeah, I think during our playoff run in the ECAC championship, and then the tournament as well, I felt that I had a really good showing of kind of who I am as a player. So I think definitely the second half of the season, and then the playoffs as well. Yeah.
And you were, of course, not in Minnesota, but sharing that experience with your teammates. A number of Colgate Raiders selected must have been special.
Yeah, really special. Gave them all a call after the draft, and everyone was super excited, and it was so cool to see us kind of go out to a variety of teams, but knowing that we'll still be pretty close to each other and see each other lots throughout the season is pretty special as well.
Take questions from our media members on the call. See a couple digital hands raised for anyone that has just joined. If you have a question, please use the Zoom console to raise your hand, and I'll call on you to proceed. Elias, you can go ahead and get us started.
Thanks, Paul. Dara, can you hear me?
Yep.
First of all, congratulations. Welcome to Montreal. It's a pretty hot market, so hopefully you get used to it quickly. Your brother plays down the road in Ottawa for the Senators. Are you excited for the possibility maybe he'll come watch you come play? Maybe you'll go watch him play, and how supportive has that relationship been for you?
Yeah, thank you, first of all. And yeah, we were both super excited. Obviously, if it couldn't be Ottawa, at least Montreal is kind of right down the road. So we're definitely looking forward to getting to see each other play more. It was a bit harder when I was in college, as I had school, and both of our schedules were so busy that it made it really hard to see each other play. But with us being so close this next year, we're both super excited. We're very close. So we're looking forward to getting to see each other a lot throughout the season, and have that support system that's really close by. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Paul, can I get a follow-up?
Hmm?
I just want to know, who are you excited to playing with Montreal on the team?
It's obviously going to be really exciting for me to get to be on the same team as Poulin. She's someone I've looked up to since I was younger. Just kind of see her career unfold, and now to get to actually be a teammate of hers, it seems pretty surreal as well. She gave me a message after the draft, so just super cool and super excited to get to meet her and to be a part of her team.
Really appreciate your time, Dara.
Thank you.
Jared, please, you can go ahead with your questions.
Hi, Dara. just quickly, you went 23rd in the draft. Your brother went 28th. Are there bragging rights? A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. My mom was laughing too because my dad was actually drafted in the NHL draft a long time ago, but my mom was laughing that I went before my brother and dad. So I'm definitely going to hold on to that one for a little.
And
Yeah.
obviously, you've seen your brother go through it. What was it like to have that experience for yourself? Obviously, even just a couple years ago wasn't something that would have kind of been on your radar. So, what was just having that experience? You mentioned being with your family. What was that whole, having that moment for you like?
Yeah, my brother was able to help me a lot. I've been at home with him the last 2 weeks here, and obviously a lot of anxiousness and nerves throughout the last 2 weeks, and kind of just the feeling of wanting it to be over, wanting to know where I'm going and what's going to happen. But as my brother's already been through that, he was able to kind of help me through it, make sure I wasn't getting too high or too low. It's a bit of a stressful process, so to have him here and having already gone through that was super helpful for me.
And did you have any contact with Montreal? Do you know anybody that's already kind of in the team that you've crossed paths with previously?
I actually don't believe so. I have a lot of friends on other teams. I do know Jennifer Gardiner a little bit. So I'm excited that she was picked as well to Montreal. I think I played with Claire Dalton on a Team Canada a long time ago. So kind of briefly know her and playing against her at Yale for a couple years there as well. But I think, yeah, definitely a fresh start for me. So I'm super excited to meet a bunch of new people.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kyle, you can go ahead with your questions.
Kyle Cushman with The Score. First of all, congratulations on being drafted. Just looking at your offensive production in college, you found another gear once you got to Colgate. So I'm curious what kind of clicked once you got there and kind of how your game has grown over these past 3 years at that school.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, getting to Colgate, I was able to get a lot more opportunity to play and to play with really good players. Danielle Serdachny, obviously Sid Bard and Ali Simpson. I got to play with as well there. I think just under the mentorship of my head coach Fargo, he really let us his mantra was that we play free. So I think that I really blossomed in that environment. I got to try to grow my offensive creativity. And with that, kind of as I said before, I'm a bit of a gritty forward. I like to crash the net. I like to get in front of the goalie's eyes. And I think at Colgate, I was really able to succeed in doing those things and score some garbage goals a bit. But yeah, I was definitely able to grow my offensive game a lot there in the last 3 years. And I think it really helped me as a player.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There are more questions for Dara. Please use the Zoom console to raise your hand. Elias, did you have a follow-up question?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Dara, I'm just curious, you got a chance to watch any of Montreal's games last season, and what do you feel you can actually bring to the team?
Yeah, I did watch a couple games when we were able to with our schedule. Yeah, I think I can bring like I said before, a bit of depth to the forward lines. Be a bit of a grinder, gritty forward that can help provide more ice time for their possibly third and fourth lines, which I think will really benefit them as a team. So looking forward to hopping into one of those roles for sure.
And how excited are you to be playing at Place Belle Laval or in Verdun?
Yeah, super excited. Just watching the games and the videos that of all the fan support. It just seems so insane. I've definitely never played in front of a crowd like those before, so I'm beyond excited to get to be there and to play in front of that crowd, and all the fan support, even on social media, has been overwhelming already. So yeah, beyond excited.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Dar, can you just tell us a little bit more about what some of your takeaways were in watching the PWHL this season, and what you noticed in the game? And I know you were asked how you think you can contribute, but just what you saw in the league this season, style of play, physicality, and so on.
Yeah, I think definitely the couple of things that stuck out to me right away were just how fast of a pace it is. Especially, I think it'll be definitely a jump from the college game. And then obviously the physicality goes up a notch for sure from college. And then I think just watching throughout the season, there wasn't like many blowout games. Every game was close, every game was intense. So I think going from college to professional, that's going to be different for sure. I definitely can't take a game off. Every night's a good game and any team can win. I think all 6 teams are very strong last year, and that's going to continue. So, yeah, those are a couple of takeaways for sure that I noticed while watching.
Who's been your greatest hockey influence, or perhaps somebody that you model your game after?
Well, my hockey influence would be my dad, probably. Growing up, he was a mentor to me. He played professional hockey as well, and then watching that unfold for my brother as well. So the two of them, I think, have really pushed me to become the player I am today. And then just on the women's side, like I said before, I've always looked up to Poulin, watching her career unfold. Yeah, it's been amazing. So it'll just be so cool for me to be a part of her team there in Montreal. But yeah.
Is there a particular moment or memory that you have watching Marie-Philippe or the Canadian national women's team recently, or when you were younger, that kind of stands out as a defining moment and influenced and inspired your career?
Yeah, I think just her overtime clutch goals in the world tournaments are just crazy to watch. And then getting to see one of my best friends and teammates, Danielle Sauvageau, be a part of that team this year with her, and to watch her do so well there has been so inspiring and cool for me to see as well. So yeah.
And for your career, what's been a moment for you, whether it was this season or another, that kind of stands out as a personal highlight?
I think one of my favorite moments, my first year that I transferred to Colgate, we played Cornell in our first round of playoffs, and I scored an overtime winning goal, and there was a big crowd, and there's a big rivalry between Colgate and Cornell there, and to be a part of that and to score that goal was just so exciting and something I'll never forget. And then obviously all the championships we've won in the ECAC there at Colgate are unforgettable, and it was just an incredible 3 years at Colgate. So yeah.
Is it sunk in yet that you could be turning pro? Not only, and I asked that for 2 reasons. Firstly, as being a player who's graduating college, but also as somebody who grew up playing hockey and perhaps didn't think of this as a potential profession.
Yeah, I don't think it's fully sunk in yet. I even think about kind of the start of this year at Colgate there. I wasn't even sure what the next year was going to look like, if I was going to be playing hockey or quitting. And the second half of the season, I guess it feels like it happens so fast. Like, hey, I could really be a professional hockey player here. And like you said, growing up, like I was always just kind of thought to use hockey as a way to get my education paid for. And the idea of playing pro hockey was never really there until this year. So it still doesn't really feel real, but beyond excited. So.
Well, it's definitely real, and it's definitely really great for you and your teammates and all other players that were selected last night. So congratulations once again, and we can't wait to see you join the PWHL sorry, another question came through personally in the chat. I'm going to ask, have you had a chance to connect with your coach, Greg Fargo? I know he was an influence for you at Colgate, and now he'll be following you to the league, but on an opposite bench.
Yeah, just over text there. Yeah, super excited for him. That obviously happened really fast too before the draft here. So I know he was able to grab Simpson and my roommate Kayla Osborne. So they're excited to get to play under him again, and I'm excited to get to play against him, I guess. So yeah, definitely in contact with him. Super excited for it, and just so excited for it to unfold.
Great. Well, congratulations once again, and thank you for your time this morning. And we can't wait to see you hit the ice in Montreal. And
Just please tell us how it feels.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a big relief. I think sitting out there for a little while was very stressful, but I was lucky to have my family around me, and I just cannot wait to get started this season with Montreal.
Take questions.
Hi, Anna Kjellbin, Victory Press. Can you talk about how the last year taking on that new role with Wisconsin and being in that situation, how that helped grow your game and prepare you for being a pro?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the best decision I could have made for myself. It was being surrounded by such talented players every single day at practice and playing in, I would say, the best conference in college hockey. It was just a great opportunity, and I think it was just a challenge every day. So I was kind of forced to take that next step in my game.
When you went into college, and a few years ago, this wasn't an option. So like, how did when the league came about, were you thinking about other options, or was this like, now I have a completely different thing that I get to do after I graduate?
Yeah, no, I always knew I wanted to keep playing. And I'm just so thankful for all the people that came before me that put in so much work to make this happen, and it's just been so exciting. I remember so many nights sitting at Wisconsin with my teammates watching the games, and just being able to be a part of that this upcoming season. I just cannot wait.
What are you looking forward to, like maybe specific players, or what are you looking forward to getting to play with Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously you kind of get to play with the best player in the world. I mean, I've never met her before, but it's somebody that I grew up watching, so that's going to be super exciting. And I think just taking the time to just learn from all of these vets that are on that team and what it kind of takes to play in this league and to succeed in this league.
Do you know any French?
I don't, but I'm planning on learning now. Yes.
So that's sort of Twin Cities pages. So obviously you're playing college hockey, so you probably didn't get any time to come back for games, but just double checking, did you get to attend any games in Minnesota, or you mentioned you were watching them on TV with your teammates?
Yeah, we watched our fair share definitely throughout the season, but I did get to come to one Minnesota playoff game to watch some of my old Mankato teammates. So that was super fun, and it was just so awesome to be in person, to see the environment that these games draw, and just being able to play in front of that. I just cannot wait to get started.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And then any other, like, not off the ice things that you're really looking forward to in Montreal?
Yeah, I think just exploring that new city. I've kind of been around the cities for my whole life. So just getting somewhere else. I was kind of telling my parents I thought I was ready to just get out of the Midwest for a little bit. I can always come back. But yeah, I'm super excited just to get to know my new team and to get to kind of see a different part of the world. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Could you just explain for people like what Montreal fans what they can expect from you as a defender? Like what style of game you play?
Yeah, I think I play a pretty simple game. I can be trusted in the B zone. I'm very confident with my defensive play and my ability to see the ice and make plays efficiently. Just a good first breakout pass and just a trustworthy defender.
Are you excited for the physicality of the PW and sort of how you can maybe use that against the boards and in your defense?
Yes, I'm very excited. I think it was kind of difficult sometimes in the college game to hold back sometimes on the boards and stuff. So yes, I'm very excited. And it was cool to see how that was implemented into the game. And I think I saw a lot of people improving that throughout the season and getting kind of more used to it. So I think it'll be great to get that opportunity this season when everybody's kind of more used to it.
Just a few words, first of all, I called you goaltender or forward, of
That's
course. Can you just elaborate, just a little bit on sharing this experience with so many Wisconsin teammates?
Yeah, I mean, this past season was a dream come true for me. I grew up in Wisconsin, so that was kind of always my dream school when I was growing up. But like I said earlier, I think just being surrounded in that culture and with that level of work ethic and tenacity every single day, I think really helped me take that next step in developing my game.
The PWHL Montreal reporter Jared Book asks, did you have any discussions with Montreal prior to the draft? And is there anyone who you've crossed paths with that you're looking forward to connecting with?
Yeah, I honestly did not have very much contact with them. I only really talked to a couple teams throughout this process. So coming into this draft, I was just super excited for any opportunity that kind of came my way. And I'm just, like I said, just so grateful to be ending up here.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podium, General Manager of PWHL Montreal, Daniele Sauvageau. Danielle, we'll start in English and do some quelques questions en français aussi. To begin in English, just take us through the draft from your team's perspective.
Obviously, we are very happy. We had a list, and like everybody else, I'm sure that all GMs going to say pretty much the same thing. But we had the privilege today to select 4 defense player, actually 3 defense player, and 4. 4 forwards. And earlier on today, we had announced that we had the privilege to sign for 3 years Nina Lundgren. So it is for us an amazing day.
Take some questions. There was one from CBC left earlier. Were you absolutely dead set on getting a defender with your first pick? And are you surprised that Claire Thompson went so early?
Not surprised at all. I think when you looked at let's say the first 6 picked, we knew that we wanted to have a defense player, and very happy with Barnes. Actually, very surprised that she was there, and again based on needs, and we were set to pick up a defender, and we did. So we're obviously very happy. I had the privilege to see her play at the Frozen 4. I still see the play that she did, and then she passed on the side, and then the team won the Frozen 4. So this is something that, when I talk about it, I have like kind of frisson emotion. So she was very happy when she walked up the stage, very young, and she has already a lot of experience at the international level.
Hi, Zoe Hayden, Victory Press. You picked several players who I think may have been surprises, namely Americans, Abby Boreen, Amanda Kessel. Were you surprised that Amanda Kessel was available when she was? If you could speak to her, and also Abby Boreen.
Yes, surprise. And this is where, when you go the first few picks, you go with needs. And then obviously you go with the best player available. So we were surprised. I'm surprised about your question, actually, because last year we were very pleased to select Maureen Murphy. And when you looked at our roster, I think we have players from different parts of the world.
You're talking about getting defenders. Can you talk about, were you surprised Anna Wilgren as far as she did and what she brings that you think can be really important for you all?
We were happy because obviously when you build a team, you look at who you pick and then you kind of select who we may need. Yes, actually it was a good surprise there because we've seen her. She has experience. She's going to bring depth to us, and the information we do have based on the leadership of her own team, she's part of it. And again, she has an international experience.
Danielle, are you happy with the ability to have a nice mix, of veterans and young players? Obviously, you got a captain of Sweden and Anna, but then and somebody like Abby Boreen who's played in the PWHL, and then some college free agents as well, college graduates, I should say.
And then if I may add, like we have player that plays on the right and on the left, yes, different experiences. And again, based on the veteran that we already have and the team that we started last year, it takes a long time to really build a team. And already the second year, I'm pretty sure that all of us as GM were very happy.
And can I ask what you like about Dara Greig specifically?
Actually, I had the chance to talk to her. She's from a town not a town, but a province where I had the chance to work as an RCMP member, and we talked about that. We talked about her family. I talked about the style of play. And when I hung up, I said, "Well, she's obviously coming on our list." And then you never know who's going to be there, but again, very happy to have her. She's tall, she plays with grit, and very humble. So very happy to have her in Montreal.
Oui, s'il vous plaît, en français, juste quelques mots de Richard.
Merci beaucoup pour les médias qui sont en ligne et qui proviennent du Québec. L'organisation de Montréal est très, très heureuse d'avoir sélectionné les joueuses que vous avez vues, que nous avons sélectionnées aujourd'hui. 4 joueuses d'avant, un mélange de jeunesse, un mélange d'expérience, 3 défenseurs de calibre avec une certaine expérience qui est intéressante. Et je vous rappelle qu'un petit peu plus tôt aujourd'hui, nous avons aussi mis sous contrat Nina Wilgren, une joueuse qui a été nommée ensuite la meilleure joueuse de ce pays. Alors, encore une fois, c'est un bon mix, non seulement de vétérantes et aussi de jeunesse, mais aussi des joueuses qui sont aussi des joueuses qui sont tellement appréciées. Et on vous l'avait dit il y a quelques années, ce qui est intéressant d'avoir une ligue et enfin que cette ligue-là est arrivée, c'est d'avoir le privilège de voir les meilleures joueuses au monde devant vos yeux. On les voit une fois par année au championnat du monde, on les voit aux Olympiques, mais là, vous allez voir que le reste du monde, il y a des joueuses extraordinaires. Et c'est ça, lorsque je regarde évidemment les sélections des 6 équipes aujourd'hui, c'est ça que les joueuses ont. Vous, comme fans, vous allez avoir l'opportunité de voir les meilleures joueuses non seulement en Amérique du Nord, mais aussi à travers le monde.
Avec quelques questions en français. Premièrement, Catherine Pinard, as-tu l'occasion de parler avec Amanda Kessel après la sélection? Sais-tu si elle a l'intention de venir à Montréal?
Mais l'information que nous, on a, c'est que les joueuses qui ont signé avaient jusqu'à samedi pour évidemment se retirer. Alors pour nous, lorsqu'on a vu qu'elle était encore disponible, je n'ai pas eu l'occasion de lui parler. Vous savez, on vient de terminer. Ensuite, on a aussi eu l'occasion de rencontrer les joueuses qu'on a sélectionnées. Alors, c'est visiblement un appel que je vais avoir cette semaine.
Une question en français, cette fois à Milan Richard, le Journal de Montréal. Es-tu déçu de ne pas avoir sélectionné des Québécoises?
Il y avait quand même quelques Québécoises qui étaient sur notre liste. Et encore une fois, il y a une question aussi d'opportunité. C'est une question de rang. Et je suis contente que des Québécoises, notamment Amy Fecteau, a été sélectionnée par une équipe de la Ligue. C'est une joueuse qui va jouer dans cette ligue-là. Alors, on est très heureux pour Amy. Et lorsque, évidemment, son nom est apparu sur notre liste, au moment où on aurait aimé la sélectionner, elle n'était plus là.
Couple more back in English. Jared Brook, it's not draft specific, but today the team signed Lena Lundgren to a contract about last year. That was your last pick of the draft. So just a few words about how that paid off and how you see her fitting into your roster.
Well, it obviously paid off. She's very happy to, she has 1 more year of experience since we obviously drafted her. She had an amazing year. She's going to have the opportunity to be exposed to different kind of hockey, different coaches, and I believe she's just going to continue to grow and she's going to be fun to watch. And having her playing in our league here in North America, I think it's a great opportunity, again, for the fans of every market to see a player that they don't have the chance to see on a regular basis.
Chris Dawkins from CBC Sports wants to know, based on what you're able to add to your team tonight, if you have priorities heading into free agency and what might be on your wish list.
it's a little bit soon because obviously we're going to debrief on that. We're going to look. We had amazing players who have been playing for us or had played for us for 6 months. So obviously we're going to look at our needs and we're going to look what's available, and it may or may not. We may or we may not have any needs past this draft.
Are there any other questions on the floor here, Charles? Or just the microphone? Oh.
You've built quite a collection of right-handed defenders over the last couple of years, and I was wondering if part of that is a strategic advantage, or if those have just been the best available defenders that you wanted to select.
We have a plan to go with the best available, and obviously based on rounds, defender or forward. And at that particular moment, we had the choice, and then we went for the best player available. And obviously, with the play that the way that women's hockey has been played, when you're off your zone and you go to the open, I mean, there's less and less like pure right or pure left, and then pure attackers as well. So it's just a matter of like seeing how we could get out of them, and that's basically we're very happy to have selected those players.
What's most exciting to you about Cayla Barnes?
Well, I mean, she's already had so much experience. We feel like she's been on the national team for ages, and she's like just graduated. And she graduated on the right moment with her team. On like I described it a little bit before, like an amazing play out of her. And I mean she's liked by her teammates. And again, hopefully we're gonna have her for the next 12 years or 15 years or possibly even more at her age. You're welcome.
Thank you.